We on the podcast, baby.
Club Talk. Jay Brody. Yeah, baby, it's that Club Talk. Yeah, baby, it's that Club Talk. You're now listening to that Club Talk. And now, your host, Jay Brody. 1, 2, 1, 2, ha!
All right, welcome back to another episode of Cloth Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Jay Brody. If you are new to the podcast right now listening, make sure you do me a favor. Go ahead and hit the like, share, and subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. Today, I'm super excited. I got a super dope person in here today. When you talk about adversity, going through things in life where you could not come out of it, but this person came out of it. LoLo is on the program today.
What's up?
I wish I had my sound effect thing set up so I could play like a round of applause.
Like, we're just gonna do it.
Yeah, that's it. It's hot as hell today.
It is.
How are you feeling today? You was telling me that you couldn't do the makeup because you get sunburned.
Oh yeah, I've been chilling at the pool doing work too much.
You do most of your work at the pool?
I've been trying to get out the house because I've been having cabin fever.
Yes.
so yeah.
Give me 1 second. I gotta answer this call. So you get bad sunburn?
Yeah. Well, this is the first time this summer, so.
Oh man, how was the first experience having sunburn?
It hurt.
Okay.
It hurt.
Like, was it your face all over? Or?
It was just my face, but I get really red. Like, ugh.
Oh man,
it was bad. So I was looking real red for a couple of days.
Jeez, like a damn cherry blow pop.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'm glad you're on the program today. There's so much to talk to you about. First, I just want to start off like with your beginning, early stages, like you being like a child, because people know you now for being this super dope person, with your business, you're doing good things and all that stuff, but you're right. You're being modest.
Jesus.
But I think people see that, but we don't really get like the backstory or get to know how all this became to be. So as a child, what type of a kid were you? Because like I said, like you see, like you was just like one of those nerds who's just like off in the corner, just like doodling, like just drawing by yourself.
Yeah, a little bit.
Did you come off as weird?
I was definitely weird.
Uh-huh.
I was really creative when I was younger. I'm so thankful that my parents let me be that way. So
okay.
I would be the one who like made up stories and
Right.
had these plays. But it's just weird. Like I had a lot of friends, a lot of different types of friends.
So you were like the popular weird one.
I was popular weird. Yes.
Popular weird. Okay,
Yes.
so you can go in any crowd or any clique was what they call it when you're in school.
Exactly.
And fit in.
Yeah, so I'm like, I was with the sport people, then I
Yeah.
was creative, I was smart, I was just
All over.
all over.
What was your
So-
favorite clique to hang out with? Who'd you spend the most time with?
Oh man, it depends on what day it was.
The day?
It depends on the day, because if I had practice, I was with my sport people.
I see. Also, you also played sports.
Yeah,
What
so
did you
I
do?
ran track and
Okay.
I was a cheerleader.
What was your event?
For track,
Yeah.
the 400.
400.
Yeah,
Okay. How
yeah.
good were you on the scale of 1 to 10?
I was like past the 10.
Ooh, all right. I'm fun.
Nah, I'm just playing.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well,
Look, I don't run now, so
go check your records. Go back to your high school.
nobody go look that up.
You're not proud of your times.
They were cool. They were decent.
You held your own.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I
good.
wasn't an Olympian.
Okay, we'll say that.
Yes.
She wasn't an Olympian.
No.
But you did fairly okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. So you fit in with all types of crowds. So when did you kind of realize for you that you were? Is this something that you knew you always wanted to do, like be like a designer and start your own business? Like early on, did you know that come later?
No, it definitely came later. It's something I kind of fell into.
Did you go to school for this?
No.
So you self-taught?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
So I actually went to school for biological sciences.
Is that right?
Yes.
What the fuck? Biological science.
I thought I wanted to work in a lab. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Why? Were you like into like?
I mean, I really
The earth. So you're earthly person.
I do like studying diseases and things like that. So I don't know.
You are weird.
Dang.
Studying
Already,
diseases?
we're not even like 5 minutes into the podcast.
That's right. First jab already.
Already. You're weird.
Right.
No.
That's interesting though. So you was like into like studying diseases, like where they come from, how they.
Yeah, so I was into that. So, but I'm like,
So like you wanted to be a doctor then?
Sort of.
Sort
Not
of like-
really. I don't want to deal with taking the blood from the person.
So you want to do surgery?
No, not at all.
Crack someone's chest cavity open.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
But I think I'm like a free spirit, so
Okay.
I've always kind of like, if I find something I like it, I go for it.
I see.
So this definitely came later in life.
Wow. So your career path, you originally wanted to like take that field, like study diseases and things like that.
Yes, but I've always been into fashion. So
Fashion. Okay.
yes. So when I was younger, I used to work for Forever 21. Then I worked for Express for a lot of years.
Slept on store, by the way.
Yeah.
Express and what's the other one you worked at?
Forever.
Yeah, that's a Slept on store too. They got some
Yeah.
good stuff there.
Oh, I mean,
I
yes.
think so.
I love Forever.
Oh,
Thank
my
you, Forever,
goodness.
for the opportunities.
I'll edit that out for you. Man. How long did you work there? These are like jobs you had in high school, I'm assuming, or out of high school.
Yeah, like out of high school. Actually, I worked for Forever like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so but I did like visual merchandising for Express. I did visual merchandising, was a marketing manager. So that's kind of how I got into the idea of it. Like, okay, this is something that I enjoy. I've lived like 9 lives though. So
Yeah, we were talking about that before we started recording. You was asking me about my podcast, and you said you used to have a YouTube channel, but
Yes.
you said you had to
I mean, there's
stop
still some
operation.
stuff up there.
you said you had a past life that we could talk a little about, but then you just said you had 9 of them.
Yes, I've like lived 9 different lives.
Can we dive into some? What are we talking about?
I mean, which year?
Dang. All right, let's go. Well, how old are you?
I'm 26.
26. So let's go 2010.
Okay, so that's Arizona State days.
You in school at Arizona State.
Arizona State was hot.
Sophomore at this time.
Freshman. That's
Freshman
when
year.
I thought that I was gonna be a doctor.
That's right.
A scientist, math scientist.
That's right. Majoring in biomedical sciences.
Oh my goodness, we was turning up,
Having a good time.
having a good time.
A lot of alcohol.
Oh Jesus.
Oh. What's your drinking choice? You like the
Jameson.
You like Jameson?
Yeah, I'm a JMO girl. What are you?
I really don't drink.
Oh, dang, now you make me look bad. First a weird, then you make me look bad.
Right. Would you believe I've never been high?
What?
I've never smoked. 29 years old.
You've never. What do you do? I mean, not that you have to do something. We're going to edit that out.
No, we'll keep that in. Everybody asks that, like, so you don't really drink, you don't smoke, so how do you have fun? It's always weird to me when people ask you that, like, how do you have fun without these substances? I'm like, you can have plenty of fun without being fucked up.
I guess you are living high. Like, you're always on a high.
I don't want to say that cliche, I'm high off life, and so that's what everybody say. I don't know, I come off boring to people, but I don't know, I do a lot of stuff that keeps me entertained. I don't know. I don't really, I never seen the need to. Like, when you first got high, what was the experience like for you?
Wait, who said I got high?
You already gave it away.
I don't smoke
Any longer.
now.
The first time.
I experimented when I was in college.
What was it like?
It was.
Was it fun? Was it a good experience? Did you not like it?
No, oh my goodness. I have the very first time that I ever smoked. Oh, Jesus, it was so bad.
Oh, no.
I didn't know how it worked. And I was hanging out with my friend. We were watching TV, and they always smoke. Like, they were like, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why is it not hitting me? Like, it takes a second for it to kind of hit you.
Okay.
So I kept smoking, and we literally smoked a whole blunt between each other.
Wow.
And next thing I know, the TV starts just breathing.
It was moving. It's like...
It was just like...
It's going in and out.
I was so high, I couldn't even let them out. I just was like... It was like, I'm going to see you later.
Dang.
That kind of like made me not want to smoke.
Yeah.
So...
Would you recommend I try it? Approaching 30?
I think
for
you
my
should try
30th
it
birthday, should I try?
One time. Just
One
one
time.
time.
You
Maybe
think?
do like an edible or something.
Start off with an edible. Everyone said they like, start off
Actually, no.
slow. Start off with an edible. Like, don't just go right in. They're like, try with an edible,
or
a
I would
little
say
corner
a
of a
pen.
cookie or something.
Do a pen. Like,
I don't know what a pen is.
those little like...
like electronic cigarette?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like, they have the weed ones. I don't think that's the right word for
marijuana one?
I mean, it's like CBD. I don't know. But they have those. I would try a pen. Don't do it an edible.
Okay.
I just thought about it. Like,
that won't end well for me.
it might not, and then you can't tell how much is in it. So you might get a corner, and it might ruin your whole life.
Oh, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So you recommend if I was to try this, start with the pen?
Yes.
All right. Do you think I will enjoy it? Judging by how you know me right now, what do you think? Do you think this would be something I enjoy?
Yes.
You think I would enjoy it?
Yeah, because you're pretty mellow and chill.
I am.
I feel like
most Philly guys are.
Yes. So you'll be like...
You think will it turn me up, or I'll be even more mellow?
I think you'll be mellow but have fun.
Mellow.
Like,
it's like a goofy.
Yeah, like
giggling
goofy
and shit.
and just like not caring, like just maybe more chill. I don't know.
Even more chill. Wow. I'll be sunk in the damn couch.
Right. Right. I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing, but
all right. So 2010, you're at Arizona State. You're, having fun. So take me to, because we're going through your past lives.
Yes. So
fast forward a little bit. So let's say we hit 2015. What's going on in your life?
Ooh, what is going on in 2015? Oh, okay. So 2015. I believe that's the year I moved to Atlanta.
Okay, so you moved out to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay, what part?
I lived in Buckhead.
Buckhead, that's
downtown.
Downtown. Okay. Yeah. My sister lives out in Atlanta. She stays at Decatur.
Okay.
Decatur,
yeah.
Georgia. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been out there.
So it was cool.
Okay.
So I moved down there. I was actually dating somebody. Mm-hmm. And they actually helped me get into entrepreneurship.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't an entrepreneur prior to that.
Right.
I was working. I was just doing a lot of stuff.
How you ended up doing all this different stuff? Like, is it something that you wanted to do?
I just tried different things. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I just go for it. Like, I'm the person who like travels by themselves, or like I'll just hop on a plane. So my mom is a flight attendant.
Okay, so she's traveling a lot.
She's traveling a lot, but it
that
allowed
kind of
me
rubbed off on you
to travel because I get to fly for free.
So your mom was a flight attendant, and you had the luxury of flying free off her expense.
Yes, yes.
So where are you going? Like, just because you can do, you're like, well, I just want to go here this weekend.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
go there.
like it was bad. Like I was never.
So you got to travel real early.
Yes, I was traveling all the time. As soon as my mom let me travel by myself.
Give us some places you've been to.
I've been literally to almost every state.
By the time you're 21, you probably traveled the world already.
And then like I would visit friends because your friends go off to different places. So I would go to different friends. Or like one time I wanted to apply for this internship. It was in New York, so I just applied for it. I lied and said I lived in New York. So I would fly up and do the internship.
What?
Yes. So
how long this go on for?
It only went on for like a couple months. Then I got tired.
Flying like, you know what? I was gonna go ahead and drop this.
Yes.
I'm out here lying. Flying back and forth. Wow.
But it was such a great experience. So like being able to do that, like I guess I am weird. If I like something or I just go with it and just see where it goes.
Wow. Dang, so you've been all across the U.S.
Yes. So back to 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
I moved to Atlanta.
Out there in Atlanta.
And
the person you would introduce you to entrepreneurship.
Yeah, so right. I ended up losing my job.
Dang.
Yeah. And so
because you're moving around so much, they seen the instability.
Probably like, you know what? Forget you.
Yeah, just go ahead and part ways.
Yeah,
you calling off too much. You late.
Right. I was late all the time.
I know. I go. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So they fired me on my day off.
How was the firing? A call? They called you up, say, yeah, don't come in today.
Well, okay, so I put in vacation days and they denied it. And I left anyway. So I was off the days that I was gone except for the last day.
Okay.
And I was on a plane and they were like, listen, if you don't come into work today, and I was in Florida.
Oh shit.
So I'm like,
there ain't no way I'm gonna be there.
Ain't no way. They was like, it's a wrap.
Damn. So you're jobless.
Yeah.
Did you have any savings at this point? You was good with money? You saved up some money?
Heck no, I was not good with
broke.
money. I was out here broke.
And fired.
Broke.
Were you scared like, oh my goodness, what I'm going to do? Or like, I'll just get another job. Or you're like, you know what? I'm going to go into this entrepreneurship thing.
No, I wasn't really scared. That's just not my personality.
Being scared. You figure out a way.
I figure it out.
Like, well, that's over. What's over here?
What's the worst that can happen? Like, I started coping like, okay, where would I live at if I'm homeless? Like, which bridge, which abandoned place would I okay with this?
You start mapping out stuff like that. I know on Fifth Ave.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool over there.
So, yeah, I wasn't really nervous, though. So, I mean, I'm like, I could always get another job.
Yeah.
So, I moved to Atlanta, joined, he was like in a network marketing company, but he was one of the founders.
Oh, okay.
And so he helped me really learn about entrepreneurship. So I started making a little bit of money through that. Mm-hmm. And he pushed me to learn stuff. So we learned about trading together. We learned about all these different things. Like he was
nice,
really, really dope.
So he sounded like he was like into this like way before you guys probably got together.
He was. He was like, this is what he did. Yeah, that's what he did. He was an entrepreneur. Yeah. And that's his story. Like, yeah, made all this money by like 20. He made 6 figures by 20. So, wow. Yeah, so he was pretty dope. Yeah.
A good person to have connections with.
Yes. Definitely. And he had a YouTube channel.
Check him out.
Yes. So
all right. You picked up a lot from him.
I did. He inspired. I feel like he woke up a lot, like, in me. Yeah. Like that, I already kind of had the spirit. I just didn't know how to channel it.
I see.
And I've never met anybody who was like young and an entrepreneur. So meeting him is like, okay, you can do it. Yeah. You can do that. Yeah. So it was pretty good. So it unlocked the beast,
which we see today.
Yes. So but clearly we didn't work out.
Y'all no longer. Can we shout him out?
No, heck no.
Well, I tried to give you credit, my dude. I was pulling for you. You don't want to give someone credit?
Nah. You know who you are.
You know who you are. You pretty sure he's watching or listening? Probably
not.
Speaking of which, let me take a quick break. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and leave a comment right now. Subscribe and like. If you're listening on iTunes or any other podcast app and you want to watch the actual podcast, head over to YouTube right now. You can see the podcast. You know what? This is a good time. Let's take a quick break. because we still got so much more to talk about. We're here with LoLo, the designer. Right back right here on Cloth Talk Podcast.
Baby, 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 baby.
What's going on? Oopsie. What you gonna do when they come for you? Hunger pains, hunger pains. The work ain't honest, but it pays the bills. Hunger pains, hunger pains. What you gonna do when they come for you? Hunger pains, hunger pains. He gave you the life that you came to live. Hunger pains, I'm hungry, man. Do I really feel this hungry? I just ate some tomato soup. I had a nice grilled cheese right on the side, followed by a slice of apple pie. And when I think I'm getting more, it's gone, and the flavor strong. I'm so hungry. Scraping my fork and knife. Scraping my fork and knife. Scraping my fork and knife. I'm so hungry. Scraping my fork and knife. Scraping my fork and knife. Scraping my fork and
All right,
knife.
we're back. Cloth Talk Podcast here with LoLo. We're having a good time. Okay, so where did we leave off with you? Okay, we was at what 2015. All right, so we're going fast forward. So
we're here today.
Yeah. All right, so just to recap, your ex at the time introduced you to entrepreneurship. You got involved, and so now we're here. We have your business. So tell us how'd you start the business? What was the idea? What did you want it to be? How did you envision it and all that good stuff?
Okay. So
The Black Project.
Yeah, so actually it used to be the branding plan. And I started because when he had a business, we would have he had a team, he had different marketing stuff. So I would help him out with that. So at the time I was making little stuff on Canva. And I'm like, oh, this is cute. This is fun.
This is fun.
This is fun. And so he had a friend, and his friend was like, yo, the stuff that you make on Canva, it looks nice. It doesn't look like it's just Canva-ish stuff. And if you guys don't know what Canva is, don't go look it up, because I need y'all to still come to me for your graphics.
Yeah, eliminate all competition.
Right. No,
don't look it up.
Don't look it up. So what happened was, his friend, who's a designer, he reached out to me. He's like, you got talent, you got some raw talent. So let me show you how to use Photoshop. And so he started giving me little classes, showing me how to build websites in Photoshop and just a lot of different things. Fast forward, we kind of done, moved back to Ohio. And I started working for Forever 21. So I was trading. I had been without a job for a couple of years, and
it is out here,
just out here. Well, I was trading, so I was
still making some income.
So I was making money, and I was actually making pretty good money.
Trading, okay.
Yeah,
I still don't fully understand what that is.
I'll have to show you.
Okay, I can make some decent money with this trading, huh?
Well, okay. So the thing about it is, I don't recommend. I was reckless. I wasn't saving money.
All your earnings are just going.
We was I don't know. I was living life.
You lived a fast life, huh?
I did. I was traveling, going to Las Vegas, and I just was doing a lot. And I was not saving money. And so I started, the market wasn't going the way I wanted it to. I was making bad investments. And so I needed to get a job. So that's what brought me. I was in Dayton. I moved up to Columbus, started working for Forever 21 again.
Okay.
And I was doing visual merchandising And I did that for almost a year. And I just was like, this ain't me. Like, I had to be at work at 5 a.m. I was always late. Like, the only reason they kept me was because I was good at my job. Cause I was the worst. If we had to work overnights, I missed at least one day.
Jeez.
I was the worst.
Goodness gracious.
So, fast forward. Actually, my friend, you know Cash? She's like a party promoter.
Oh, okay.
So, Cash, I just one time did a flyer for her. And she was like, this is dope.
She was happy with it.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. So then I just kind of started doing little stuff on the side for people while I was working at Forever. Mm-hmm. And it just picked up. Like,
a lot of people coming to you for designs and graphics.
Yeah,
and stuff.
So it just started picking up. I think people like me on social media, and then a lot of my friends have pretty strong followings. Oh, okay. So I feel like it just became a snowball. At this point, I'm like, forget that job. Right. So I quit. And
yo, this the main hustle right here. I'm doing pretty good with this.
Yeah, and then it took off. Nice. And so then, but I didn't always have great business practices. So I've learned a lot within the last couple years with being in business.
Oh, yeah. I would imagine like when as far as like, as I would see it, like when entrepreneurs first start out, you kind of learn as you're going.
Yeah.
And you're like hitting a lot of bumps like, oh, won't do that no more. Okay, I learned that no more.
Yes.
Not that. Okay, we go here now.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So you had a few hiccups here and there.
Yes, definitely. So I've learned a lot. Yeah. So then I wanted to do like rebranding. Like I needed to rebrand, restructure, and apply some of the stuff that like all the mistakes that I made before, not make them again. And I'm just really in love with the Blvck project. The whole base behind it is to help Black business.
Give me what's the concept behind that?
So
I figure that's what judged by the name
of it.
It's kind of obvious, but explain that whole concept.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm starting to transition into this new phase where I'm a lot more stable. Not as crazy and wild. Right. I've been living here for a little while now, so
so far so good.
So far so good. But I really was like, okay, I'm really good at this. Like, what is my purpose? And I feel very connected. Like, everything that I've done has always been through creativity and business. Like, I love both. And when I'm talking to people or when I've dealt with people's businesses, they ask me for a logo or something. What I have noticed is that a lot of times, the Black businesses that I deal with are not as prepared as the white. And
like when you say prepared, it's probably having everything in place for their business.
Yes. So like even some of the logos, like I'll post logos that I used to do or stuff that I used to do, but like just the longevity of the business. Like there's a certain type of way, like you want to have timeless branding. You want to and people, like I've done like a lot of like lash logos, and I think people just like go and get certified and then they start this business, but they don't understand the marketing behind it, the branding behind it, creating that identity. Yeah. And then people or they'll have names, like they'll just think of a name and they won't get it trademarked. So then I'm doing a logo for you. You come back to me like, this person got my name. Like, that has nothing to do with me. Right.
Like, sorry.
Yeah. So I so the Blvck project is we're at the beginning stages.
Okay.
But I want to evolve into really helping develop Black brands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Yeah. You know what? When you say that, like, that's so right, because like when I'm looking at the scope of up in like startups, like as far as like particularly in the Black community, there is a lot of that missing, like that foundation that you need to have and start a business to be solid. Like it's like so many gaps missing. It's like, why you don't even have this? Like, why are we talking about logo?
Yes.
Like, you don't even have a business plan.
Exactly.
What are we talking about?
And I think that it's just like the education there is missing.
Like, that's where you want to come in, and you know what? We need to save our people.
Yes.
Get them right. Get them together.
Exactly. Because I'm like, so now I'm like developing like, okay, cool, you come to me, you want a logo, But let me ask you,
Ah.
like, are you even a business? You know, like,
You just want something, like you just want a logo just to have a logo.
Yeah, like, you know, like, are you a LLC? Like, are you, like, what are you? You know, what type of business are you? And I think we are in this, like, age where social media makes entrepreneurship look cool and fun, and everyone wants to be it.
Yeah, that's the key word. I think you said look.
Yes.
It's all about a look. They're not thinking about what goes behind that. It's like, yo, I just want to look dope. You just want to have a look. You just want to look dope. You want to have nothing to stand on, no substance to offer. Like, what are you offering? What's your story? What's going on? Like,
exactly.
You just got a dope logo. Okay, now what?
But then it's like people just want that, so it looks good
or official.
Yeah, official. And then, but they're not making any money. You know, like, or they have horrible spending habits, or you know, like. It's just it's a lot. So I feel like that's my calling. Like my higher purpose is to help our Black community, because we really need to build us up. Like we don't own anything. Not trying to play nobody.
No, but these are hard facts. This truth. You know, there's I was just reading listening to this audio book about exactly that, as far as like ownership. And having that mindset to want to own stuff. Like we're like, as far as like the Black community, like we're like the biggest consumers of like we consume everything but don't own shit.
Yes. I always like, so this is one thing that I've been saying lately, kind of when I've been doing speaking stuff.
You be going out speaking? Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit here and there. I got a few things coming up. Yeah.
You can plug all those things at the end. Calm down.
But so I started this. It's called Surviving Business.
Surviving Business.
Yes.
Okay.
So I haven't been able to do a lot with it, but I have so much stuff planned for it as the summer develops.
Gotcha. And
so I always say, like, Black people or the Black community, we're not really entrepreneurs. Like even me myself.
Break that down.
So people have businesses, but I feel like they're just a consumer on a different level. So, for example, I'm going to use the hair industry.
Big industry.
Yes.
Gotta
Many.
get that lace front.
Yes. You know, get your bundles. But so many women, especially Black women, are doing hair. And they're selling hair. But the thing is, we're not a vendor. Like when they are getting their hair, they're usually getting it from China. Or you see what I'm saying? Like
outsourcing it.
And so as soon as that well dries up, or the prices, because what I'm seeing is that they're starting to raise their prices. And that's forcing people to not be able to make as much of a profit because they have to raise their prices, or you can't really get quality hair. It's like, what, we don't own that. So they control how we do our business. So is that really your business?
Yeah.
It's like, for me, I mean, I do branding, but like even to the point of like, okay, what am I doing the logo on this Apple computer?
Yeah, right.
Like
you don't own Apple.
We don't like what about Black people? Why don't we develop an actual computer system? Why don't we actually make a laptop? You know, like I want to be in control. I want us to be in control. We are not in control.
Right. Wow, I like that initiative. That makes so much sense, because like we're all dependent on different stuff to help us make money. But what if those things that we're dependent on, cease, and it's like, oh shit, you out of a fucking business.
Exactly.
Now what?
Exactly.
You gotta figure it out real quick, don't you?
Yes. And it's like other communities, when they start their businesses, it's like they check all the levels. Like, man, white people got this down pat. Like, and I'm like, it's in the movies. Like, it's literally, because when you try to cross them, then they be like the head of the head of the
Right.
head. Like
That's why they cocky.
yes.
Like, fuck you gonna tell me? I own everything.
Yes.
I got everything. They're like, and my kids are already set.
Yes. Like I own everything. Like
Yeah.
Jay-Z be really talking some real. Like
Oh man, Jay-Z be putting you on. Like he be trying to like. I don't think people really hear him though. Like he
No.
be giving you game, but like you don't hear it though. Like you hear it, but you're not taking it in. Like it's
Yeah.
different. It's like yo, like he just gave you like a whole, like literally a blueprint.
yes.
Like, but y'all out here, man, y'all ain't trying to get
Yeah,
this.
man. Don't get me started.
Yeah. All right, so that's how you got started with the Black Project and its initiative. I kind of wanted to dive into being a woman in business, a Black woman in business too, because I see that as a double minority, like triple. You're a woman, you're Black, and you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Like, I just stacked against your ass, ain't it?
Right. Like, dang.
You doomed. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Do you look at it that way, or you just look at it like I'm just a person in business? That's it. Do you
No.
do you look at that how that dynamic is not like is normal, but then again is rare. Like when we look at Black women who are empowered or control their own, their own destiny and their own businesses and things like that, it's kind of like rare. It's like, oh wow, like there's a Black woman who's like, damn, like she doing this shit by herself with no help. She ain't depending on no man and
Yeah.
all this stuff. Like because men, it's like men control everything. They make all the fucking dumbass laws and rules and want to control women's bodies, which we'll get into later. All this dumb crazy shit. So when you see a woman, especially a Black woman, it's like, go ahead, go ahead. It's like, they like it. Do you look at it that way? Have you ever?
Dang, it
perceived
make me
it?
feel good.
There you go. Pat yourself on the back. I think that's an accomplishment. You never looked at it that way, huh?
I don't. I mean, I do and I don't. I try not to like dwell on it. I think a lot of people, especially like being Black and being a woman, sometimes you get like a negative connotation because it could, like, we just have to be powerful. There's aspects where you really got to be tough.
Right.
There's not any softness in that, and then you're labeled as a certain way. I don't really think of it like that. I actually use it to my advantage. I think that me being a woman gives me an advantage over a man. So even like with branding, I think because I'm feminine, I can add feminine touch on things. Like my designing and a man's designing, and me and my friend, he's a designer. We talk about this all the time. He's like, ugh. I'm like, that looks so masculine. It just like, but so I like to use it to my advantage. Like me being a woman, I feel like it gets me in the door because I do have that soft side. I'm able to like appeal to people on a different level. Yeah. So
you ever feel like when you, let's say, like work with like majority of men, like they kind of see and they think they can prey on you, like, oh, she a girl, she don't know nothing about such and such, like we could take advantage of her. Then like you get in there, and they see that you know your shit, like, oh damn, we can't take advantage of her.
Oh my god,
we can't bully her around like we thought we could.
That happens to me all the time. I think it's funny though. I like it. I think it's like I'm like a silent killer.
They gonna think I'm this little girl, and they can just come and just
yes.
It's like, oh, she got her shit together.
I think people also look at me. They're like, okay, you're young,
right? That too.
You're young. You're Black. You're a woman, and so I do feel like when I am with men, they kind of like look down.
Right.
A little bit, you know. But the thing about it is you just gotta back it with knowing what you're talking about. So when I first started, I'm like, this is like a little hobby. But then I've really like spent time and invested in educating myself. So I'm not just out here making a logo. Like I understand the dynamic of what goes behind it. You know, the aspects of business, the aspects of marketing. Yeah. Especially like my specialty is social media marketing. Right. So I made sure that I'm like taking classes, like I'm investing in education so that I'm on it. Yeah. So when I'm in that room with men, I mean, at first I used to be really uncomfortable. I used to be shy. Right. Now I don't even care. Like,
but that confidence up.
Yeah, like
what we talking about? What's good?
Like I got the juice, bro.
sauced up in that meeting.
Yes.
That meeting room.
Because I know what I'm talking about. Like,
Right.
it is what it
Confidence
is.
at the highest. That's dope. Before we take a quick break, we're gonna take one more break. Let them know where they can find you and connect with you. If there's anyone who's listening who may need like your services or just want to find out more about you and what you do and all that good stuff, where can people find you at?
Instagram is like my playground.
Okay. You're most frequent on the IG.
I am most frequent on IG. So my IG is LoLo. LOLO is art. So and then actually all my business links are in my bio. So it's the Blvck Project, but Black is spelled with a V. And then I have Surviving Business on there as well. So that is how you can get in touch with me, IG, and then the website is TBP Consulting Group.
Gotcha.
Cool.
So if you're in need of any services, make sure you don't be shy. Reach out.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break right here on Cloth Talk Podcast. Don't go nowhere.
I'm still running up a bag, running up a bag, driving out the band, bringing money back, balling for my hood, running up the tab, shorty on the man, shorty on the man. I just a fucking sucker saying, I love my money rubber band. You know I'm running up a bag, running up a bag. Oh bitch, I'm ballin' for my hood. Only true hustlers understand. They know I'm running up a bag, running up a bag. Man, I said these niggas cool, but I'm a little cooler. Rick the ruler, get the rulers out. Let's see who measuring up. I got the wind of a rookie on top of veteran stuff. Don't I impress you enough? When I impress upon you, blessings, lessons, son. You ran in circles, run in town, no curfew, but a nigga go in. I seen a light at the tunnel and said a nigga could win. So I did it and did it and did it again. I made it vivid, I live it, I'm on my pivot, I give it 100 when I'm in a plane, nigga. And I never ever been a fake nigga. I just had breakfast on the jet. I spent the Lexus on this necklace. You see me reppin' for the set. I say no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Gotta watch me do it. Now watch the God inside me do it. Oh yes, I'm live and living color. Oh yes, I got a little brother and the older two, and they both in jail. Fuck you want me do if you only knew shit that I've been through. All my haters way too hype for nothing. I get paper, they don't like me, fuck them. I'm still running up a bag, running up a bag, driving out the band, bringing money back, balling for my hood, running up the tab, shorty on the man, shorty on the man. I just a fucking sucker saying, I love my money rubber band. You know I'm running up a bag, running up a bag. Oh bitch, I'm ballin' for my hood. Only true hustlers understand. They know I'm running up a bag, running up a bag. Man, I said these niggas cool, but they ain't got their soul connected. Man, I'm so connected. All my goals directed. I was chosen, my glow perfected. And that ain't the half, I'm the whole exception. Who are you to be withholding blessings? Love and peace is such a dope investment. Joy and pain the same, they both reflect in each other cause they both connected. Search for answer cause my heart is empty. Feel like cancer spreading all your envy. Tainted city, painted anguish, still I painted pretty. Guess that's just the artist in me. I done turned the darkness to the sun. Yeah, my better harvest still to come. And I bet my father still the one reason that my son see the sun and know. Ain't no problem, baby, let it go. Yeah, your black skin is ghetto gold. Get attacked when the devil know. You got God in your heart, yeah. Fuck the game, we gon' charge it. Everything came from hardship. We maintain no facades, bitch. Gang, squad. I'm still running up a bag, running up a bag, driving out the band, bringing money back, balling for my hood, running up the tab, shorty on the man, shorty on the man. I just a fucking sucker saying, I love my money rubber band. You know I'm running up a bag, running up a bag. Oh bitch, I'm ballin' for my hood. Only true hustlers understand. They know I'm running up a bag, running up a bag.
Yeah, and we are back right here on Cloth Talk Podcast. She's still here. She didn't leave. So that's a good thing. Lolo is still here. It's a good thing when my guests don't just leave. Like, you know, I'm going to lead players. So
Right.
like,
Like,
okay.
I'm hungry.
All right. Go get this Wingstop real quick.
Right.
Lemon pepper, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
You enjoy the Wingstop?
I don't eat meat.
Oh, you're vegan.
I'm vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
I'm trying to transition to vegan, but
Okay. Do you miss any fried chicken at all? Do you miss it?
no.
No. Okay.
No. I will
Do you get
say
tempted?
I miss no. It's been like 9 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I miss Chick-fil-A though.
You miss Chick-fil-A?
I'm not gonna lie. I
Yeah.
miss Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
It be calling my name sometimes, but
Yeah, they say Chick-fil-A is the #1 fast food restaurant. Like, it
Yes.
trumps them all.
I could use a chicken sandwich.
That's
you know?
right. How much would it cost to? What would be the price to get you to eat meat?
I mean,
If I put out 500 cash right now, if you take a
not
bite of a burger,
500. Like, I mean, you gotta be in the thousands.
you
like,
need at least 1,000 or more.
no, not even 1,000.
Close.
No, like up.
Oh, we talking about
Like
3, 4, or 5 grand.
what? No, like way more. My stomach gonna be jacked up.
9 years. that beef go down. You fucking explode.
Yes. Like,
Bang! Oh shit! Damn, she exploded. Oh shit!
right. So I need to make it worth it. Like,
We
nah,
talk
I'm
20,
good.
20 racks.
Nah, like I need
Just to take a bite. I was just like, yo, I had to eat the whole burger, just a bite. How much?
Oh well.
Give me your price. What's your price?
I might take 1,000.
1,000, just one bite.
Just one bite.
Yeah, 1,000 to do it.
It has to be a small bite though.
Oh, you got to chomp into that motherfucker.
So it was like I don't even remember. Like it was an accident.
Oh man! All right, let's get into some dark stuff, I guess.
Nitty gritty stuff.
Yeah, because the podcast has been going good, but we gotta, at the same time when there's darkness.
Right.
You've gone through in your lifetime so far quite a few things that the average person wouldn't probably go through. You've battled cancer, been diagnosed with lupus, you had a miscarriage or stillbirth. Man, and I think if someone didn't know you, they just look at you, you probably wouldn't even know that you probably went through all this stuff. I guess let's just start from let's talk about the cancer. When did you find out that you diagnosed with cancer?
Back in November of last year.
November last year.
2018.
2018 in November.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you first found out, take me through your first initial thoughts when the doctor said these words to you. What went through your mind at that moment?
Oh, that was my first thought. I was like, bruh, like, I'm trying to live my best life right now.
So you're out here having fun. You enjoy your life.
I wasn't really having fun. I had known something was wrong. Like, I was having really intense headaches. Like,
Okay.
So, and I had been having them for a while. Like, they were, like, crippling. Like, to the point where, like, I just had to stop what I couldn't work.
Oh, wow.
And you try to tell a client, like, I got a headache, I can't.
Yeah, right. So, like, man, what type of janky business is this?
Right.
Hey,
So,
what's your refund policy?
right.
My money back.
So, it was, I had been knowing for a little while, like, I wasn't.
But you didn't know it was cancer. You was like, I just feel bad.
Yeah, I felt bad. But then I was like, bruh, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was, like, very irritated.
He's irritated.
I was irritated.
It's like, oh my God, cancer?
Yes, like, come on, that is not sexy.
First of all, why would any diagnosis of something bad be sexy? Like, yo, doc, can it at least be a sexy diagnosis of disease or so? You say cancer.
Like, cancer, bro. So, yeah, I mean, I wasn't necessarily, like, super happy about it. It wasn't I actually took a break from social media.
Oh, okay.
So,
you had to go through a social media detox, so to speak.
I did.
I had to unplug for a little while.
Yeah. And I feel like you don't really know what you're going through till you get out of it and then you look back. Like I felt like I was handling it very well. But now I'm like, okay. I mean, and it was like a tough process because doing chemo, there's like a lot of side effects to chemo. So I was like very tired. My hair was thinning.
Oh,
like,
man.
And I love my hair.
I bet, yeah. Especially for women, that's like, don't touch my hair. Like,
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so it was like, it was a lot. Like, it was a lot. I really did. I distanced myself from a lot of people. Just because, like, I didn't feel like having the conversation.
They probably took that personally. Because that hurts. Like, yo, why you shut me off? Like, yo, what? Did I do something?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, you just went, like, AWOL on everybody. Like, did we do something to you? We try to be here for you. Like, no, guys, just need some time.
Yeah.
It's
So,
not personal.
yes, exactly. But people was, hopefully they was chill. I don't know. Y'all let me know.
Right, you ruined a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
That's why no one texted you in a while.
Right, like, dang.
Oh, it's a little dry today.
No, I feel like everybody for the most part was pretty chill.
Okay.
And they were really supportive. It was
That's
actually kind of crazy because, like, when something like this happens and you're an entrepreneur, I think that you kind of don't know how to handle it. Like, I still had clients and I'm like, okay, like, what do I do? Like, I'm literally don't have enough energy to do all this stuff, to take on projects, but then I still got to pay bills. Like, so it was a lot, but I feel like, you know, like my clients, most of them were like very supportive, and they just understood. And then also just the mental stability of going through something like that, and you have a business, like, I just wasn't in the mood. And like, that doesn't sound right. It doesn't make it right. Yeah. But I wasn't in the mood. Like, I can't pull from any creative place right now because. Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, I just got told I got cancer. Like, not thinking about.
So they like, are you
LoLo
working next week? You know, like.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's wild. Cause like, even though like, I just got this news, but it's like life still goes on.
Yeah, people's businesses are still going on.
Like, yo, LoLo, what's the time frame on that? It's like, yo, I just got back from the doctor. You mind giving me some time real quick? Yes. I understand. You know, I said I haven't done by that time, but. Yo, can we, you know?
But I think people were like, my clients were like really nice. Like, they were sending like really nice emails.
That's
and
good.
Once I, you know, like, I got to a place where I had fallen so behind and just like work and like my goals that I had and for my business. And I was a little bit nervous to like get back into doing stuff, like doing work, and then I didn't know how consistent my health would be, because like, you know, I feel fine one time I started taking clients and then I'd be like, all right, y'all. So but people were dope. I mean, I appreciate everybody. Like, it was nice.
So now you said that you're towards the ending stages of your treatment for
so I so back in March was like the last time for my first round. And then in April, they said that it was looking good. I looked really great. So I just have to do one more round of chemo, which is not as intense, just to like kind of ensure things are cool. Right. So I actually am going through that now. Yeah. So but I do oral chemo, so it's like little pills. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it's not as bad. Yeah. My drinking and trying to recoup is a little bit slower. So I have to drinking. So when I want to go out, I gotta plan like, okay, the next day I might need the entire day to
the entire day.
Yes.
Damn.
You know.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so
so it's all good.
It's all good.
You had a drink last night.
I'm about to go get back in bed.
That's right. You've learned nothing.
I know. Nothing.
Learned nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
God's like, yo, I'm giving you all these signs. Yo, you still like...
I know God probably mad at me like, girl.
I'm trying to like tell you something here.
So yeah.
All right. So now you also have lupus.
Yes.
For those who don't know, like me, you educate me a little earlier exactly what lupus is. Break that down, what that is and how that affects the body.
Okay. So lupus is like an autoimmune disease. Yes. So sometimes your immune system might get a little confused and it attacks your body. So when you get sick, you know, like your immune system will attack like the bad, like the germs, the bacteria, the cells. And so your immune system really can't differentiate what is good, what's bad.
I see.
So it affects people differently. I believe I wouldn't say like I got lymphoma because of lupus.
Okay.
But it's like, dang, she got a lot of stuff. No, it's like when you have lupus, it just like you are more subject to develop things. So like you can have kidney problems. Like my cousin, she has lupus too. And she's on dialysis right now. She's been on dialysis for a few years. She needs a kidney. Oh. So it's like, it can be really intense. Yeah. So taking care of yourself and probably not drinking.
Back to the drinking.
But taking care of yourself is like extremely important. Yeah. Yeah.
Bartender scotch on the rocks.
Right. As I say this.
That's right. Give me that straw over there.
Right.
So why still okay.
Right. Just don't judge me. Don't judge me.
So even through all of this, you still don't let it affect your day-to-day life. You're still out here doing what you need to do, running your business.
No, I definitely think it does. I do let it affect me.
It affects you? Would you say more often than it should, or you just kind of keep it pushing? Or you have your days and moments where
I feel like I have days and moments. Like, you just have moments and then you move on. Like, you got to get over it. Like, yeah. I don't think there's like a right or wrong way to process. I just... you just deal. Yeah. Like, I think people look at me because I do have a bubbly personality, but I'm not always bubbly. Like,
like, man, she's always in a good mood.
Like, she's always funny, always happy. Yeah. But I will say, I did at the beginning of the year, I spent a lot of time being isolated and not really upset, just like questioning a lot of things.
That was going to be my next question. Did you start like you said, like question a lot of things? Did it test your faith? I cursed God out a few times.
I wasn't necessarily
mad at the world. Fuck everybody, man. Knock the fucking medicine cabinet down.
Right.
Swallow the pills and shit.
It was definitely yes. I feel like I went through so many like ups and downs.
I can imagine.
It was a lot. Like I was a lot. But I don't know. Like I feel like I did question things. I mean, I've always questioned things though. Like just in general. So it didn't make it any worse. Like a lot of people were like, especially like my friends who are really like religious or really into God, and they were like, you're gonna get through this, and but the thing is, like, what if you don't, like,
right,
what if you don't, what if that is the plan? The plan is for this to take you out, or you're gonna be cancer free, like, but what if I'm not? And so I think more so the lesson for me was like, I can't, like, I don't have the say like in how it ends. And so I just gotta enjoy the moment. Like, I gotta make the best out of what's happening right now. And I know it sounds cliche, but like, until you're like in the situation, like, I spent so much time, I wasted time being upset and isolated and down. And now, like, yes, I'm going through another round of chemo. I don't really talk about it to like my friends and family, because it's like, for what? Like, let's just have fun. Like, I think I've been going a little bit overboard
with the have fun part.
with the have fun part, right? But I'm like, like, while I have the opportunity, why not? Why, like, let's just live it up.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're saying like when some people get this news and they go through these things, they stop enjoying life, or they let that stop them from trying to still be happy or do the things that they need to do to be fulfilled. And then they go into that, like we were talking earlier, that dark rabbit hole. Like, you just spiral down. I see, like, what you're saying. You took that. You like, you know what? Let's keep going. Let's maximize what, I'm on here. I'm on Earth right now, so
right. Like,
I don't want to
make it the best.
Be depressed all the fucking time every day.
That's not fun. Like, life is gonna happen. I literally one day just wrote out all the things that was like, okay, I'm fucking depressed. Yeah. This was like back in January, February. Like, I'm not happy.
Yeah. Open up that journal.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. I literally listed out all the things of why I wasn't happy. So I'm like, okay.
Did the page fill up?
No, it was like 6 things.
Okay.
I just made them major, like, okay, this irritates me, this is bothering me, this is bothering me. And then when I looked at it, I realized that almost everything on that list, I was a common denominator. I can fix it. Like, I didn't like what was going on with my business.
Yeah.
Just change it.
Yeah.
Like, we just make stuff so much more complicated than it has to be.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with that so much. Like, a lot of things they're not to the extent of severity we really perceive it to be.
Yes.
It's like, this is like really, like, now that I fixed it, it wasn't even that hard. Like, why was I tripping?
Yes.
Like, all I had to do is like 1 or 2 things and now everything's good. Like, why are you panicking?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's good. I think it seems like your personality has helped you and allowed you to do that effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you probably didn't have the personality that you had, who knows, where you would end up at. So you probably lost your business, every fucking thing.
Exactly.
Wow. All right, so you go through that. So then, we'll switch gears. When did the stillbirth happen? What
So
year
that
was
happened. That was my Atlanta.
Out there in
my
Atlanta.
Atlanta time frame.
Okay, well, Mr. Entrepreneur, we'll call him.
Yes.
I'll make a name for him.
Mr. Entrepreneur.
Yeah. What's his first initial? I'm gonna get something out. You deserve some type of credit.
No.
Starts with the R, doesn't it?
I'm so done with you.
A S.
So
Sean.
What in the world?
Sean, not Sean.
You are hilarious.
Is it right?
No.
Start with a B.
You don't go away.
Benji.
Bitch. I think that's like a dog's name.
Probably so. Chris.
No. You just going down the alphabet now.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna stop naming names. So, Mr. Entrepreneur. So this is when the stillbirth happened out there in Atlanta.
Yes.
Okay, so that was 2000 what?
I believe it was like around 2000. So this upcoming, so probably like a week ago, it was been 3 years. So it's still 19. So it's 2016. I met him in 2015. We were like together, and then we broke up. But like after you break up, sometimes you just
go right back.
Go back a little. Just keep.
I get it.
Dipping back.
We've all been there. Like, I can't stand you, but you're there.
Yes. Yes. And then I mean, I learned so much from that relationship. Like, it was hard for me to let people go. Like, I would be holding on to stuff.
Would you say you love hard? That's what they say.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even call it love hard.
I say you probably never been in love.
Yeah.
Your longest relationship 6 months.
Yes. So I just think I like the idea of him. He introduced me to so much. I didn't really want to let go.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. I understand completely. So okay, so that happened. Obviously, here's my thing. I'll let you talk about, how it affected you, obviously. But I want to know, like, so at that time, y'all weren't together?
No, we went on vacation. We had a very strange relationship.
I see. So y'all going back and forth. You're on and off is what they call it.
We were on and off. We actually were like in business together.
Okay, so you had a business together. So y'all was around each other.
Yeah, so we started teaching people how to trade and do all this stuff.
Okay, and then started mixing business with pleasure.
Well, this happened after the pleasure.
Okay.
And then it just like, then we would break up. And then we would like still have to see each other because of business. Like,
all right. Want to go grab a bite? Place down.
Yes.
Like, okay.
Then the lines start getting blurred. You might stay out a little too late.
I'm tired. You could crash one car.
Yes. See, exactly.
I know we all been there.
Yeah.
The majority of us been there. How did that affect him in any way? Because we never really, or unless for me, as I've seen it, I never seen how it affects the man. Did it affect him in any way? I mean, obviously you can't speak for him, but as far as you know, like, did you see it affect him in any way?
I have no idea. After it happened, I mean, we kind of
done.
Went our separate ways.
So even while you were, pregnant at the time, carrying the child? Y'all were done?
Yeah, we were.
Oh, okay.
We was like kind of back and forth. Like at first, it was
How y'all
like
plan this out? Like, like was he gonna be there? Is for the child or like?
Oh yeah, he was definitely gonna be there. We just didn't click. Like at first, it was like, okay, cool, maybe let's work this out, figure out this out, and then afterwards, it was like,
yeah, this ain't gonna work.
Then he it just was a mess. Like he got back with his ex.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, so it was just a hot mess. Like the whole thing was a hot mess. Like I feel like God saved me from a hot mess situation.
All right.
Like that's not what I want my story to be.
Yeah. I just wonder and curious if it affected him in any way.
I'm pretty sure it did. I think that men don't talk about.
That's why I asked that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
like,
why I asked that.
I mean, we really fell out, so we never really had a conversation about it. But I'm pretty sure, like,
if we ask him today, like,
it probably did.
Yeah. So for you, how did that, change your, perspective on life? How did it affect you?
I think it made what I'm going through now so much easier. Like I did go through like a dark place, but I felt like I got over it a lot faster than people expected me to. Like I spent like maybe just a few months like being down, and I'm back at it, like I'm out here living my best life.
Yeah.
And so at first it made me also learn myself. So when it happened, I stopped caring about everything. I moved down with my dad. So I was in Atlanta. I moved back to Ohio, and I just stayed with my dad for a little bit till I figured out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But during that time, I didn't answer the phone. I deleted all my social medias.
Cut everybody off again.
I did. I cut everybody off. I literally for probably like a month just laid in bed and watched anime.
Oh wow.
And I like to watch anime in like the other, like in different languages, so you can read the subtitles, so all you're focused on is just the show.
Okay. All right, so you laid up in the bed just watching anime.
So I was like really depressed, and then I just started going walking. So I would wake up in the morning and I would start walking, and I would like I was just a mess. I would cry like during walk. Yes, like just probably looking at the hot mess of people driving past. Right. I just spent a lot of time alone, but it was super great because I started to learn myself. And now looking back, I became okay with being alone. Before, I would like do all this messed up stuff in relationships, with friendships and business. I would stay in situations because I was afraid of being by myself. I didn't like, but at that time, then I started to learn like, who I was, what I liked, what I wouldn't put up with. Like, if I could go through this and be okay, like eventually, it got easier. And I started joining the world again. But like, if I could be okay with going through something like that, if I could get over that, like I'm not afraid to like lose people or make mistakes in business. Like I lost a whole kid. Like I had to push out a whole kid without an epidural. Like yes. So I'm like not playing out in these streets. So I don't really be caring about
See, this is why I be saying like men like man, these women are strong, man.
Yeah. It's
wow.
It definitely it was it made me realize like I was a lot stronger than I thought. So like going through lymphoma, like my mom was like so sad when I told her. I'm like, Mom, first of all, it's only stage 1. Not to, what was like stage 2A, which is the same as stage 1.
Okay.
So I'm like, Mom, it's like we good. Like
my baby.
We done been through worse stuff. Like it's gonna be fine.
It's the end of the world.
Yeah. Like
dang. Wow, man. That's That's a hell of a journey, man.
Yes.
It's like blow after blow after blow. It's like, yo, can I get a break real quick? Chill, guy.
Yes.
Most people will tap out like, yo, I'm done.
People say that all the
I will
time.
tap out.
They
It's
be like, how do you do it?
Like, I don't know. I just did.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes when I look back on it and I do tell people and I have this conversation, I'm like, dang, I done been through a lot. Like, I've traveled, I've like gone for things, I've been this person. Yeah. I've changed so much. Like,
yeah. I guess because like for you, you're like you're at that time you're living it and you're in it.
Yeah.
You don't even realize it till people like point it out. Like, oh wow, you're right. I did do a lot of shit and go through a lot. But
yeah.
I was just in it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, you don't be thinking like, dang, this is a lot.
Right. This is gonna add to my legacy.
Yeah. But now I do like I do feel like talking. I think that I've been through all this stuff because like I'm supposed to use it. Like and help other people and talk about it and
yeah. That's amazing. We're gonna take a quick break, then we're gonna come back and we're gonna wrap it up with the listener questions. Some people submitted some questions for LoLo to answer. She's not dodging none of them, but I already told her the questions before, so she's safe. No crazy ones this time, like they normally be. So you got lucky. We'll be right back here on Cloth Talk Podcast. Don't go nowhere.
I know you think I'm special, but this unprofessional. Sometimes you gotta let go, because it's only sexual. Should've never hit it, should've never done it. Now all she do is because it's only sexual. Should've never hit it, should've never done it. Now all she do is because it's only sexual. She know what I want, she got what I need. Smoking on that weed while she sipping on that drink. She where I wanna be, but as far as I could see, it went all wrong. I wanted a flame, she wanted a ring. It was none but a thing, if you know what I mean. I took her to my house, but she wanted a key. She was all wrong. I wanted to be friends, she wanted to pretend. Ride around in my Benz, showing all of her friends. And when all the money was spent, then it came to an end. It was all gone. I know you think I'm special, but this unprofessional. Sometimes you gotta let go, because it's only sexual. Should've never hit it, should've never done it. Now all she do is because it's only sexual. Should've never hit it, should've never done it. Now all she do is because it's only sexual.
And when you heard about the word around the hand of my bitch, she probably heard my past and the circle shit that I did. But I ain't worried about it, real shit, if you know this. Me being in love with you, that shit just don't exist, I'm telling you this. Took a new route when shit got rough. Money came around and you popped up. So nowadays bitches tryna have you knocked up with no precinct, still get locked up. Giving true facts, why do you act like you really run a game on a new cat? Take my feelings to a place where they grew at, but it was never grown, I thought you knew that, huh?
I wanna be friends, she wanna pretend. Ride around in my Benz, showing all of her friends. And when all the money was spent, then it came to an end. It was all gone. I know you think I'm special, but this unprofessional. Sometimes you gotta let go, because it's only sexual. Should've never hit it, should've never done it. Now all she do is because it's only sexual. Should've never hit it, should've never done it. Now all she do is because it's only sexual. Because it's only sexual. Because it's only sexual.
Okay, and we are back on Cloth Talk Podcast. LoLo is here. You may know her as LoLo the designer. What are some other aliases that you go by that people may know? Or is it just LoLo or LoLo the designer?
I know people like it's just LoLo or LoLo the designer. People literally see me and they be like, LoLo the designer. Like they say the whole thing. Like,
well, that's how you know the brand is working.
Yes, I mean I did
It's
change it, and then somebody hurried up and took the name.
Oh shit! Like should have kept it.
No, I wanted to change it.
That's right. It's around the time you're rebranding.
Yeah.
Alright, so you just took the designer off.
Yeah, because I want my personal page. I started separating them. I want my personal page to be more of art because I'm at the end of the day, like the core me is creative. Like I am an actual artist.
Yeah.
So I want to be more expressive of that and not just talk about business or branding on my personal page.
Right.
So
That makes sense. All right, time to get to some listener questions. So the first question they have for you, Lolo, let me preface this. If you want to submit a question for future episodes and guests, you always know I always push it out through the email, but hit clothtalk5@gmail.com. All of you who submit your questions, you remain anonymous, so I don't read your name or none of that on air because I know how people get, so I'll just read a question. So that's that. All right, first question. Struggles with starting your business and becoming an entrepreneur. So someone wants to know what are some of the struggles that you encountered with your business and also being an entrepreneur.
Okay, so no shade to the person who asked this question. Your face is so funny. But I always I feel like we always get these questions.
Yeah.
Like what's your struggles? Like
Yeah.
why?
I don't know. They have their own reasons for knowing.
But my thing is we're not gonna have the same struggles.
Yeah, well, you know what? I understand why they ask it because they want to know, okay, what they have encountered may be the same thing that I may encounter, and I want to know how they deal with it so I can deal with it the same way. But
I feel like everybody's situation is different.
Yeah, it's
and sometimes you have to learn. But I will answer.
Yeah. But you're right though. I mean, but hey, the people.
No, I just think it's very funny. That question because it always comes up.
Yeah. So what are some of the
the biggest struggles? Which don't feel like you can't ask that question. I always want to. I ask people why?
Yeah.
Why do you want to know?
Right.
Okay, biggest struggles. I would say learning my weaknesses and my strengths.
Oh, okay.
So that's just been a huge thing. When I first started, I thought, first of all, I was like, man, I could design, I can do this and design all these projects in one day. And it's not it's actually draining. Because you're using your creativity, you have to pull from a place, you have to deal with different personalities.
You have to be inspired.
And don't get me on being a woman because being a woman and being a designer and being in business is really difficult.
Yeah.
Because we go through our time of the month.
That too. Yeah.
And when I'm PMSing, this is complete TMI, but this month was a great month. I didn't really have any PMS. I got a lot of stuff done, but usually my PMS is a week and a half.
Woo.
It's a long time, and during that time, it's hard for me to do work.
You get moody, mean.
I get moody, so I have to when I'm feeling it, I have to hurry up and design. All right, get it out, cause
tomorrow or today,
cause tomorrow I might not be feeling it.
Yeah.
But I hate emailing. I'm really bad with communication. I have 1,000 text messages.
Unread.
Damn. So my communication is very poor, and
no wonder you didn't respond to me months ago. I hit you about a podcast months ago.
Really? Oh, see, this is in my inbox on Instagram is even worse. And then I'm like, dang. And then when you respond and somebody responds and then stuff starts, it's just like a lot. It gives me major anxiety.
Yeah, but I was persistent. I always, if the person doesn't respond to me one time, I always reach back out just in case, because I know that happens. Especially, with understanding how business people are. Stuff get lost in emails, and they're working on projects, and they're running here, taking calls. So
yes,
I get it. Okay, so go ahead.
So
finish.
that's just it. Like, I'm very poor at that. I'm very poor at like people having to have deadlines. That sounds so bad.
That's business, Lolo.
I know it is, but I'm like,
why do you gotta have a deadline?
Because like. With the if you want the most creative, if you want me to come up with the best stuff, you pressuring me to do it is like. So I've had to read okay, if I know this stuff about myself, how do I restructure my business to work so that I'm not being a disservice to my clients and they're getting the best out of me, but I'm also being sane.
Right. Keep yourself.
So if that makes sense, so that's my struggles. Oh, and then I would say don't be afraid to ask people questions.
Right.
I've been in a lot of people's inboxes or met up with people well, how did you deal with this? And people be surprised you people go through this stuff all the time, where they go through different things all the time.
Right.
And so just asking the right questions, I feel whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. Ask questions.
Ask questions.
But don't ask me what my struggles are. Stop asking that question.
Yeah.
Your struggles are different and unique to you.
I mean, you're gonna fail I think sometimes people ask that question so they won't fail.
Yeah.
You're going to fail in business. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna be my same failures.
Yeah, you just want to have this smooth landing. It's not gonna be like that. Business is crazy.
Yeah. All right, next question. Who and what inspires you to start your business? Or I guess they're asking who or what inspired you to start your business. Well, I guess we kind of answered this through our conversation, but if you want to answer it again. Mr. Entrepreneur, who we won't name. Here's the time to give him credit.
No,
Aaron.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I wouldn't give him credits.
No, they didn't say credit. They said inspired.
I wouldn't say he inspired.
You goddamn lie.
Yo,
you just said two a moment ago.
I don't recall.
Whoever you are, I really hope you hear or see this. Dang, that is cold.
No, I'm just playing.
Why are you being cold to him like that?
I mean,
take the emotional side out of it. Your emotional attachment to him.
No, I feel like I wouldn't say I think he taught me. He wouldn't inspire.
Still won't give it up to him.
No, the people who inspire me actually is this girl. Her name is Timory.
Okay.
No, she genuinely inspired me.
Right.
I feel like he taught me. He was like a tangible person that I got to see.
Okay.
But Timory, she inspired me because she had this thing. It's called the Sugar Art Fashion Show.
Sugar Art Fashion Show.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was a touring fashion show. So she would go to each city, tour around the United States.
Okay.
Go to different cities for maybe 7 months. And each month she would build a team in a month and put on a fashion show for local.
Oh wow, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It was so, and she used and this is early 2000, this was 2012ish, 13, and she just seeing her do that, that's when first you started to learn about Airbnb. It was the beginning stages of Airbnb, the beginning stages of Uber. Yeah. And so she was tapping in. She just was so ahead of her time. She was tapping into using different people and their platforms in their cities and going there, and it would be packed out shows. People would really come to these fashion shows because not only was it a fashion show, but then it had local artists. So you come in, it was always these really dope grungy looking places, and she would transform them. It would be like a whole art gallery. You can sell your pieces, and then you have your fashion show with the local artists, and then she would have like a local musician come and perform at the show.
Man, that's hard.
Yes,
that is hard.
It was really dope.
Shout out to Temery. Temery.
Shout out to her. That's my home girl. I love her. But I interned for her.
Oh, okay.
And then I flew for free, so I was like, I flew out. Flew out. So we was out everywhere.
Yeah, wow, that's dope. Okay, so she would be the one that inspires you.
Yeah, she was dope. She really put it in.
All right. Final one they got for you. Mental toughness. How did you come out of all of that? Well, we talked about it a little bit, but you can reiterate if you want.
I mean, it's just, you could be depressed.
Talk about mental toughness, boy.
I think also, okay, real quick, like,
go ahead.
About mental toughness.
Yes.
I think it's about knowing the source of, like, why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. Like, are you feeling this way because of an event that happened, or are you feeling this way because you actually have an imbalance?
Knowing what caused that, whatever you're going through.
Because these are two different things. Like, after, like, you know, giving birth and stuff, women, like, we go through, like, a hormonal, like, change. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of people suffer from, like, postpartum. So a lot of the reasons why I was depressed had nothing to do. I mean, it did. That made it worse. But I also was, like, suffering from postpartum. And then for the longest, like, even a year after, I would have, like, random spurts of, like, just being depressed. And then I finally went to the doctor, and I had a hormonal imbalance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even more.
But it's not, I mean, that's not that big to fix. A lot of people have hormonal imbalances they don't even know.
But it adds to what you're already going through.
Yeah. And so, so just like knowing the root, like why you're feeling that way. But if it's not something like that, I just think everything you can overcome. Like, it might be like this right now. Like, think of all the stuff that you've been through that just seemed like it was the end of the world. Yeah. And then, but the days still go on. Like,
life still goes on.
So you gonna have to get through it one way or the other. You don't waste your time being upset about it.
All right, go make good friends with the bottle like she did.
I hate you. Don't say that. I do not encourage this.
There's two things we learned today. I need to go try and get high first time with a pen.
The pen,
and Lolo enjoys the bottle. That's two things we learned today.
I am a fun person.
That's how we disguise it.
Yes. I will never shy away from a good time.
That's right. That one looks nice over there. What color is that?
I'm so done. I'm done. I do not party at all.
Today's recovery day. From last night.
You see, I'm here.
You made it here.
I made it here.
That's right. That's all that matters. All right. That's all I got for you guys today who are listening. I asked all the questions I needed to ask. Is there anything that you would like to say to the people? Anything that you want to plug? Anything that you want to talk about that we didn't hit that you want to mention real quick?
Nope. I mean, y'all just follow me. LoLo is art. That's my personal. And then actually all my business pages are in my bio, so you can just click on those. And then just look out. I'm actually doing a YouTube series. I'm starting a YouTube series at the end of the summer.
All right.
So it's gonna be under surviving business. So
okay.
So and that will be about. It will have tangible stuff. So not just like these little. No shade, these like panels that people are doing, like where you talk about the surface business things, or like these little.
You gonna be giving them game.
I'm gonna be like really like breaking down stuff, like how to break down your finances in your business, how to trademark, like so it will be actual stuff that people really need to know.
Right, not just the fluff.
Not just the fluff.
Right.
Yeah.
You get down to the nitty gritty.
And it's going to have a lot of different good people who are in business and are doing really great things. So
we need that. We need more platforms like that.
Yeah.
We need that. All As always, if you're new to the podcast, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, leave a comment, share this podcast, leave me a rating on iTunes. That'll greatly help me rank up in the ratings. And follow the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, no Twitter, just Instagram and Facebook. That's at Cloth Talk Podcast. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.